Welcome back to another episode of Harmonious at Lunch, the show that fuels your business success. I'm Brandon Gano, your host and guide through the world of harmonious business growth. Today, we're unlocking powerful strategies with industry experts to help your business thrive. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or executive, you are in the right place. Join me and our incredible guests today on the journey to clarity, growth, and success. It is time to revolutionize your approach to business. Let's dive in with another episode of Harmonious at Lunch. Welcome back to some more bite-sized business advice. It is not often on this show that I am just speechless when we come upon a guest with a topic that we have today, though. I am confused. I am excited. I'm a little bit speechless. We're going to find out what happens, okay? So if you are not thinking outside of the box today after this episode, you will be, I promise. You've heard of business brokers. You've heard of real estate brokers. Have you heard of peach brokers? I have not, but we're about to meet one. Her name is Shannon Houchin. Before we go any further, welcome.
Thanks, Brandon, for that introduction. It is kind of confusing and fantastic all at the same time.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where I'm like, we talked before we were recording. Is she selling drugs? Is this a cover for something? Like, no, we're actually talking about peaches. So and being a peach broker. So can you just for the listener, for the audience, tell me in a nutshell what you do as a peach broker and why this is a side hustle that nobody's ever heard of.
Right. So I actually buy and sell peaches. So it's a commodity, just like corn is. We're familiar with that, right, in the U.S. People buy and sell corn, and it's used for lots of commercial and, industrial purposes. Peaches, however, are still just consumed by the general public, but it's a premium commodity, meaning that it's always in high demand and it can be in very low supply depending on the weather, right? And it's a premium commodity because the prices are really high depending on, fluctuating availability. And consumers are just willing to pay more for a really good peach. And so that's what I do. I just buy and sell this commodity, which is peaches. The venue in which I choose to do it in, is that iconic, like old school roadside stand that used to be along American roadways all across the Midwest and the South and up the East Coast. But as we lose more mom and pop farms, independent farms to commercial growers, we're not seeing those farm stands anymore. And so it is my mission, not only to buy and sell peaches, to make money and support my family, but to bring back the roadside stand to American roadways, because it's a nostalgic experience that people love and they're hungry for, and it makes them inherently happy when they see a roadside stand. So it's a win-win-win on all sides of the transaction, because it's a great money maker. We support local farms and orchards, and we make the consumer happy. So it's like the best, money maker, the best living you've never heard of. And there aren't many people in the U.S. who do this, but that's my goal, to bring back the roadside stand.
Not yet. There's not yet that many people that do this until this episode. Let's see if we can get some more. But you're right. I think this is interesting. As you're talking, you're bringing back a memory for me where in my town growing up, there was this really, really small farm on the way to, I don't know, really just out of our neighborhood, where we always passed it. There's two of them, depending on which way you went. And they were just selling vegetables and fruit on the road. And I was like, I don't know who stops there, but it was always busy, and they were cleaned out at the end of the day.
Yes.
And I never put two and two together, like, oh, they're probably making a lot of money doing that, because it's fruit and vegetables, right? Like, but
right.
This is where you kind of blew me away with what we're talking about. So explain this part to me. You're going to local farms, you're buying peaches in bulk, you're setting up a road stand and just selling them on the side of the road. Do I have that right?
Yes, that was the original business blueprint that I created for myself, in that I negotiate for the most part directly with orchards. And fortunately, most of the orchards in the US are still independently owned. They're still mom and pop, second, third generation families that are running these orchards. So it's easier to negotiate with them in order to buy bulk peaches, and they have their own terms and so forth. So you just negotiate like for any other commodity or product. And then I bring the peaches in and we do sell them from, old style roadside stands. So at a busy intersection, in a vacant parking lot. We love to be in parking lots with really busy retail businesses like pancake houses and gas stations. So with intention, I keep the look and feel of the business very, very, very simple because it is iconic. And that memory of a roadside stand or a peach stand is stuck in 1960, 1970. So we emulate that look and feel and that experience. So on purpose, we keep the look and feel of the thing very, very simplified. So yes, we do that on, just on the roadways at an intersection. And we do other things. We do mobile farmers markets now. So we actually have like a truck and we'll go into neighborhoods and set up so homeowners can shop for a couple hours. We do set up at farmers markets now as well. We go to festivals and fairs, and we do artisan markets and shopping markets. And I mean, we've actually even been in corporate headquarters. I've had the hobby store Michaels have me in for their corporate headquarters to set up a farm stand. And I mean, it just people want that experience so bad. And that's partly why it's so profitable, because there is this hunger and craving for it, and there's not many people who do it. And so if you do it, you will make a lot of money. You cannot fail at this. I mean, you just cannot fail. The only way you can fail is not do it.
That's quite the claim, but it sounds like you're backing it up too, because we touched on the nostalgia piece of it, which is obviously there. But then the simplicity of it is like, you're not even growing the peaches. You're wholesaling or reselling the peaches. You don't have to manage an orchard. You don't have to be a farmer. You just have to know how to subtract $1 from $2 and get your profit. Now, I don't know what you sell the peaches for, but like, excuse me, it's so simple. I love this.
Yes.
So talk to me about like, what are you actually making with this business? Because the number you threw around before was a little bit surprising to me. What does a realistic weekend or time
Yeah.
period of profit look like for you?
Yes. So, a good roadside stand, I just say a good one. It's not a great one, but a good roadside stand or a pop-up stand, if you will, and we can go into the difference here in a minute, but it should net 1,500 a week. So net profit on a good one should be 1,500 in your pocket, at the end of a Sunday. So we'll go Saturday to Sunday, for example. A really great roadside stand is probably going to be in excess of 3,500 per week, and that's net profit. So that's what you're putting in your pocket at the end of the week after you pay people, if you have seasonal workers, after you paid for your peaches, after you've paid your liability insurance and your, point of sale credit card fees and what other rent, because when we are on private property, we do pay a rental fee to the landlord. So we have some overhead expenses, but they're very, very minimal. So what I advise people is you can expect $1,500 in profit per week. If you are really at a good location, high visibility, high traffic, you've got really energetic people who are upselling and using, some storytelling, selling strategies, then you should be making about 3,500 in profit per week for just one stand. Now we operate during a course of a summer, we've done 100 stands. We can do anywhere from 25 to 50, depending on how many kids we have that are working our stands. So just think about how much you make when you do more stands. I mean, that is the power of just selling peaches.
So you're doing 1,500 on a Saturday, Sunday at one stand and you're running 25 to 50 at a time? Did I hear that right?
Yes. So some stands, now the 1,500 I'm quoting you, that's off a stand that we're running 7 days a week. So we
Okay.
have stands that are open 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. That's $1,500 a week net profit. We have stands that we just run on a Saturday and Sunday. Now, if those are very high visibility, high traffic, then yes, we can make 3,500 net profit just off the weekend if they're high visibility, high profit. So these are more established locations that already have a tremendous amount of destination traffic. So there is a little bit of, you have to scope out what's a good location. And if you're co-locating with other businesses, for example, that already have destination-based traffic, we get to ride the coattails on that. And so that does bring in a lot of new traffic to your little peach stand. But the really cool thing about the roadside stand is that 80% of your business is impulse traffic anyway. So every day that you're open, 80% of your customer base is brand new. So it's not dependent on, did I advertise it before I opened? Did I market it? Because again, Americans are so primed for this experience. All they have to do is visually see a roadside stand and like see a big peach emblem on a flag, and automatically they know I'm stopping and I'm spending money. But they don't know how much money yet, and they don't know all the other things that they're getting besides peaches. But that's how it works. So this is what I mean by you cannot mess this up. If 80% of your business is new customers and it's not dependent upon you doing a single thing except setting up in a busy, high traffic area, well, all you got to do then is have the peaches and sell them and make change.
This is you're I told you I was speechless. You're blowing my mind with this. Is Answer this question honestly. Is there meth in the peaches? Like, are you actually selling drugs in the peaches?
They are very addictive. So what, we've gotten very good at
You
increasing the
coat them in meth.
lifetime
I got you.
value of our client base because we since I broker peaches from all over the US, like I really know what the good peaches are. And so people look forward, and our customers are really knowledgeable and skilled themselves. They're discerning. And so they're like, hey, did you get those Palisade peaches in yet from Colorado? Or what about Parker County peaches, which is Texas? So they're discerning, and we've earned a really good reputation here in Texas because we provide such good products. So people come back season after season after season. And I'm not even open yet. People are calling me. They are sending me messages and asking when I'm going to be open because they want honey and they want peaches and they want all of this stuff. But you become a go-to destination for people in this business, and they just don't want to go anywhere else once they know you're there.
I think the whole thing is so cool, and it's one of those things where it's got my interest peaked for sure. But then the next thing I say is like, oh, I don't know the first thing about peaches. You just named two different kind of peaches. And I was like, okay, I'm unqualified for this. I know how to run a business. I don't know anything about peaches, but lucky for you, Shannon actually has a course where you can learn how to do this, which I think is really, really cool. So I put the URL on the screen. We customize it. So it's our company URL. It's whatif.com/peaches will take you to Shannon's course. And you can go check it out and see if this is for you. Shannon, thank you for coming on the show. I'm just curious. One last question. Like, where do you see yourself taking this business? I mean, this is a business for you. This is not a side hustle at this point, but where do you see yourself taking this business? Or are you more focused on just helping other people get into this business to help offset their or increase their finances and see what they could do with it?
Yeah. So since I'm 11 years in now, doing this roadside stand gig, this peach flipping gig, my main goal now is to teach people how to do the same thing and earn their own financial freedom, to win back, take back their time, right, their energy, all of the decision making, their schedule, who they want to work with, when they want to work, what do they want to sell. If I can just do my little part to support people in their own journey, I'm happy at the end of the day. We do continue to this day. We still run our own roadside stand business, and we're hustling every single summer. Um, but in the last couple years, my son Finn has taken on the logistics, which has allowed me to pull back and work on the business more instead of in it. And I'm hoping that within the next year or two, we're going to be able to introduce a proprietary line of products like beverages. So we've been in some salsa. We've been working on some stuff, which I'm really excited about. So you might see something from us maybe in the next year or so. But last year we opened it up to online orders. So we kicked off people ordering online for delivery or pickup or shipping. We can ship peaches around the US now. So that'll be something we'll be returning to once peach season starts at the end of May.
That's so awesome. We'll have to follow up with you, have you back on when that happens, when you expand into other lines and just see your journey then. So if you want to, my takeaway from this episode is if you want to make drug dealer money flipping peaches completely legally, you go to whatif.com/peaches, check out what Shannon's got to offer and see if this is for you. See if this is maybe the path you want to take. Shannon, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. It's been a blast.
I am slowly wrapping my head around this, but I think this was an awesome episode. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too, watching and listening wherever you are. So go check out the website. And of course, make sure you are subscribed so you can follow along Harmonious at Lunch every single day of the week. We can disrupt the way you think about business and hopefully grow your business at the same time. And I told you, if you weren't thinking outside of the box before the episode, you for sure are now. And if you're not, you're just broken. Don't come back ever again. I'm kidding. I love you. We'll see you on the next episode of Harmonious at Lunch. Thanks.